tell you, Brian Conley, I know that was a recording and they're not here live. That was beautiful. That was a very good national anthem.
6'1" sophomore, number 1.
Home team starting lineup brought to you by Lady of the Sea. Kadar Mitchell is the first starter for HL Bourgeois.
Jersey number 2, Chris Coleman.
Number 2, Chris Coleman.
6'4" senior, number 3.
Number 3, David Green.
A 6'2" sophomore, number 11.
Number 11, Taj Mosley. And number 24, Marquand George.
Number 24, Marquand George.
That is the 5 for the Braves.
Drew Calumet and Sterling Washington.
We get the starters for Ruston in just a second.
Fans, off your seat.
Oh, the sports corner is about to start. Hey, playing serious here.
6'7" freshman forward.
Did you just hear what I heard? 6'7" freshman. So the big fella, Ahmad Hudson, is a freshman.
Number 2,
Number 11, Ahmad Hudson. The second starter, number 2, Joran Parker. Number 1, Aiden Ending.
They can shoot the basketball 1 and 2.
Number 3, Trey Dimmer. Number 4, Zy Scott. That is the 5 both ways. The Braves are in their huddle. The Bearcats will be in their huddle. And we will be rocking and a-rolling.
Looks out left on the baseline. The amount of chili, they gotta have 30 chili.
Yeah, I was about to say they do have a huge, and then they got the dance team upstairs and fans. They're well represented with their student body. Braves going right to left.
How many I said?
What, 30?
30. Unless I think 30.
Oh, cool. If that's the way that works, then yeah, sure, it's 30. George will be jumping against the big fella, Hudson. Ruston wins the tip predictably. They've got a big size advantage. They have the first possession. Parker. Right side of the floor, Anding. To the corner, they go for an early triple. Short. Rebound goes to the Braves. So an empty possession, and HL Bourgeois has their first crack at it. Mitchell all the way through at the rim. How about that?
Nice finish by Mitchell.
Pretty good start to the game for HL Bourgeois. And the officials are talking about Ruston, or talking to Ruston about something. Not sure what that was, but we play on. Dimmer. Handing it to Parker. Anding. Anding will step back. No. Rebound goes to the Braves. George. So great start for HL Bourgeois. A couple stops in the bucket. Green with a triple. Short. Rebound goes to the Bearcats.
So Bourgeois was in their matchup.
Parker. Gonna get to Dimmer.
Oh, can't leave him open.
Oh, yeah, he missed it, but just caught a break there. Rebound goes to Hudson. Hudson up in the air, feeds it to Scott on the block. Scott backs down to Cutter at the rim, no. Rebound goes to the floor. They're fighting for it. Ruston has it. Now they get it to the corner, ending wide open 3. He ain't gonna miss that one. That was way too much space. He had time to set his feet and everything, and it's 3-2 Bearcats.
So you can't give him that much time.
Here come the Braves. Coleman all the way through. He's going to draw a foul. So Coleman puts his head down, initiates some contact, and if that's on 11, that's a good sign for the Braves, and it is on Ahmad Hudson, the big 6'7" freshman.
Good job by Coleman penetrating, going hard to the basket, drawing the foul.
He is one of a handful of seniors on this Braves team, and he is so special. Free throw is up and short. He was one of the guys cramping on Friday. Coach Calumet said, hey, we got that rectified. That is not going to be a problem today. We'll see if he's right. And he makes 1 of 2, so we're tied 3 apiece. 6:26 to go in the opening quarter. Ruston in possession. Dimmer. On the left side using a screen. Has it tapped away from behind, and the Braves have it. Turnover. Kadar Mitchell. Getting it to Coleman. Oh, he thought about the NBA three. Now he will attack and travel. Coleman almost pulled the 30-footer. Instead, decided to try to penetrate. Lost the handle and then drug the pivot foot. Now here comes Ruston. Dimmer. Double screen action at the top to Anding. Anding penetrates, pitches it to the left corner. Parker. To the right side, Dimmer on Kadar Mitchell. Inside of 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter, 3 apiece. Ruston in the corner, Parker. Feed it into the paint for a shot that is no good. A miss by Scott. Rebound goes to Green.
Good defense by the Braves to start the game.
They have Ruston well scouted. You can see they know what they're trying to do. Coleman on the right side of the floor. Gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell at the top of the key. Attacks into the lane, and he'll draw the foul. So Kadar Mitchell will go and shoot a couple. And that's one thing that's got to please Andrew Kiowa is his guards are able to get where they want to get right now. Their penetration is making an impact.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of beating the first guy. And the defense, and they're caught out on the floor.
Which is not a very good call. Yeah, that's a miss there. There's no doubt that was a shooting foul. So the Braves will instead inbound the ball. Mitchell. Gets it to the corner. Green. Air ball. Rebound goes to Ruston. Hudson, the big fella, showing he could dribble it across the timeline himself. Getting it to Parker. Parker on the right side. Using the screen. Pull up just inside the three-point line. Missed it. Coleman's got the rebound. 4:45 to go in the opening quarter. 3 apiece. Coleman, an NBA three. Oh, he banked it and just missed it. In and out. Rebound goes to the Bearcats. Both teams, I think, are struggling on the offensive side early. Dimmer. Anding. Anding gets it to Hudson. Now back to Anding, and he makes a three. Coach, you said it in the pregame. Those guards could really shoot it. Now that's 6 points on 2 made triples.
Yeah, they did a good job right there with a 2-man game, getting ending the ball to the top. That's
Coleman. Left side of the floor. Penetrates. Reverses it to the corner, deflected out of bounds. Coleman got all the way to the rim. I would like to see him try to make a play to score there.
Yeah, they kind of oscillated the left side for Coleman that time. Penetrated and tried to kick it out.
Work it to Mitchell in the corner. Mitchell thought about the step back. Now gets it to Green. Green off the bounce. He could fly. Look out. He lays it up, blocked away. Rebound goes to Ruston. Parker steps into one. That's a three. And a timeout for Coach Kiowa because it is 9-3 Ruston on all three-pointers. So the Bearcats have come out swinging. I think he's calling a 30.
Yeah, he is.
So we'll keep it here.
And look, that
Braves will inbound out of the timeout. Coleman.
here for Bourgeois not to let this get away from them.
I agree with you 100%, my friend. Mosley. To Green, now Coleman. Coleman from the parking lot, missed it strong. Rebound goes to the big fella Hudson. Bourgeois settling for some long jumpers. Ruston gets it into the corner for another three. Strong rebound goes to the Braves. Green. 3-on-3 break. Green gets it to Mitchell. Now Coleman working it to Green. Green attacks into the lane, shoots a fadeaway, rolls out. Boy, touched every piece of the rim, then fell out. Here come the Bearcats. 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Anding. to Dimmer. Dimmer thought about the three, reversing it to Scott. Scott spinning through, loses the dribble momentarily to Parker. And they'll throw it out of bounds. They tried to get it to Scott, cutting to the basket and overshot the pass. It's a turnover in the Braves left
They had a pick and roll at the top. The guy didn't roll. He started to roll to the basket and he stopped. If he rolls all the way to the basket, they got a good chance for a layup.
So Coleman in possession. The offense has been a struggle. When was the last time HL Bourgeois scored only 3 points in 6 minutes of basketball? It's been a while. Coleman in front of us, using a screen. Attacks. Gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell in triple threat position. Now attacks the right side into the lane. That's a goaltend. That's an easy call for the Baton Rouge officials. A, he took it off the glass. B, the shot was on the way down. It's now 9-5 and a good penetration drive from Kadar Mitchell. Ruston will inbound. A couple of subs for the Cats.
But they were going to send a sub in, but his shirt wasn't tucked in. And look, this official from the Baton Rouge Association, he's a stickler for the rules. He's very consistent out of it. His shirt needs to be tucked in.
Yeah, hey, it's the playoffs, man. Got to be ready to go. They get it across the timeline. Hudson bodied up, and it'll be a tie ball. The arrow points to HL Bourgeois. It's a good hustle that time from the Braves. There's George who got his mitts on it and tied him up.
Nice defense by George. Stayed square to the basket. Allowed the tie up.
And it is Lillard, by the way, who now with the jersey tucked in checks into the game.
He's looking at the crowd. What he's doing.
A wet spot on the floor. Coach Kaiwit says, hey, I got a towel if y'all need one. We'll get that taken care of. 2:03 to go in the opening quarter. Ruston by 4. Now we got it situated and we'll play on.
Ruston's going to come with a little bit of pressure.
And they're denying Coleman the first catch. Now Mosley will walk it the other way.
Go back out of it.
Mosley on the left side. Euros to the right side. Missed it at the rim. Got a good strong move. Just didn't make the layup. The rebound goes to Dimmer. Dimmer to Ending. Ending drops it to Parker. Now to the right side they go. Dimmer to Lillard. Kadar Mitchell tries to pull it away. Now they get it to the left corner. Parker for 3. That's blocked. That's definitely blocked. But Ruston steals away the rebound and lays it up and in. Scott, great hustle play from Scott that time. And we have a whistle. And I think they might have called a delay of game warning on Ruston. So we'll see if that'll be a factor later on with 1:24 to go in the opening quarter. The Braves down 6. Kadar Mitchell attacks the right side, spinning at the rim. That's a tough shot. No, rebound goes to Jones, and it's blocked away. Braves just look like they're forcing it, though. Jones steals at the rim, missed it. Mitchell's put back. No, man, bunny after bunny. The Braves leaving points out there, and here comes Ruston. Lillard pushing it down the floor all the way through, and he draws the foul. Brian, the Braves are going to watch back this tape and see if they just missed 3 point-blank layups in a row.
Who was the first one with a missed shot?
Jones, and then Mitchell. Lillard will be shooting 2.
The HL guards are doing a good job penetrating, getting to the rim. They kind of changing their shot due to the big guy in the middle.
The Quentin Ruffin checks into the game for HL Bourgeois. 56 seconds to go in the opening quarter. One shot coming. And he made them both. So it's an 8-point game. Ruston's going to get the big fella Hudson back in for Lillard. It says, Coach, I just drew a foul, made both free throws, and take me out. Coleman. Across the timeline. Into the lane. Tough shot. Oh, my. That is a college-level play there. That is a really tough shot. He scores it in traffic, and it's 13-7. Ending. Lillard's still out there. My bad. I said that they pulled him out. He's got it on the right side. Now they get it to the left side. Parker, the left wing for a three. No good. Rebound goes to the Braves. Braves could hold for one if they want to here with about 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Coleman gets it to the right side. Now they go to Ruffin. Back to Coleman. NBA three. Bam! How about it? Coleman with a personal 5-0 run. Now can the Braves get a stop with 6 seconds left? Ending across the timeline. He kicks it to the corner at the buzzer. It's short, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. A first quarter that Ruston had an 8-point lead, but HL Bourgeois ends it on a 5-0 run. It's 13-10 after one. Here from Ruston. We'll be back in a minute on ESPN 100.3. After one, it's 13-10. Ruston in front. They have possession first to start the second quarter. They get it to the corner, blocked away on the three. Anding had it blocked. Now they get it to the top of the key, feed it inside to Lillard, who has it blocked away. Second chance, no. Boy, the Braves on the inside working tough. Here comes Coleman pushing it. How about a three? He has it blocked by Lillard. Block party both ways. In transition, Hudson at the rim, shoots it up, draws the foul, and one. So the ninth grader, Ahmad Hudson, scores it at the rim, and it's 15-10 Bearcats.
What a great move by Hudson on the inside. Did a reverse spin. Got the ball right in the paint, made a tough shot.
Braves are going to get Green back into the game. George will take a breather. 6'7", ninth grader makes the free throw. We've seen him do some dribbling against the pressure. Seen him make some free throws. He's polished for a youngster. Coleman got to get across, and he does.
The Bearcats extending their defense toward midcourt.
And he throws it away. Miscommunication. 2-on-1 break. Lillard has it knocked out of bounds. Good job by Coleman preventing a layup. But just a discombobulated offensive possession. Coleman threw it to the wing, and the wing player was cutting in as Coleman was throwing it out. Handing on the right side to Dimmer. Dimmer attacks into the lane. Missed a bunny. But no one for Bourgeois attacks the rebound, and it'll go out of bounds to Ruston. Boy, that's not going to make Andrew happy. The ball bounced on the floor in front of a couple black jerseys, and just no one grabbed the ball. They get it to Parker. Into Hudson at the rim. Lays it up. No. Rebound goes back to Hudson, who gets another and one. So Ruston's size on the inside is starting to bother the Braves a little bit, and they've got back an 8-point lead.
And how many times you see that you missed it, the layup shot, you had a chance to rebound, you don't get it, you get the ball back and you foul.
Every time it feels like. The free throw's no good. Rebound goes to Kadar Mitchell. The Braves got to settle in here. Coleman on the right side. Attacks into the lane, and he stepped out of bounds. Yes, he did. I saw it from here. Timeout will be called by Coach Bond of Ruston, a 30-second timeout. This has not been the way that the Braves have wanted to start the quarter. They had cut it to 3, but a 5-0 run by the Bearcats has extended it back out. What does HL Bourgeois have to do to get back in it?
I think they're doing it well. They're doing a good job early on of beating the pressure, the defensive pressure on the perimeter, getting inside the lane. But a lot of times they're changing their shot. Coleman made a great shot in the paint a few minutes ago. But they got to be consistent, getting into the lane and finishing with good shots. Ruston did a good job the last couple of possessions, extending their defense out, and it kind of confused Bourgeois a little bit, and they turned the ball over.
Thank Joe Septic on call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day for all your fencing and septic needs. And Senator Robert Holland, District 21, wishing best of luck to all of our local teams. Out of the timeout, Ruston. This is the Hudson. Now Anding with a step back. In and out. Rebound goes to Kadar Mitchell. So the Braves got to stop out of the break. Now can they get their first points of the second quarter? Mitchell. Gets it to the middle of the floor. Mosley, and they travel. Mosley tried to feed it to Ruffin. And boy, everything on offense for the Braves just looks a little rushed right now.
Yeah, and a good job. They got the ball to the foul line. You're right, just a little bit rushed.
The other way, Hudson to Lillard. And work it to the right corner, Anding. Feeding it inside to Hudson. The big fella backing down on Mitchell has a big size advantage. The Braves bring a double and strip it away. But the guy who stripped it away was Ruffin, and he was standing out of bounds, so we'll stay with Ruston.
That's good defense by Ruffin for the Braves, going and double team the big guy on the baseline. Almost forced a turnover.
Handing to inbound. Throws it near midcourt. Now to the left wing, Dimmer. Dimmer handing it off to Anding. Attacks off the bounce. Coleman in his hip pocket. Now back to Lillard. Anding. Gets up in the air, kicks it to the left wing. Now they go to the right wing, stolen. Mitchell, here comes the Braves. Mitchell at the rim on the left side, lays it up and in. So good job by Kadar Mitchell there, not altering the layup, just going through the contact, and it's a 6-point game. Ruston against the pressure. He'll shoot a step-back three. My goodness, Parker scores it. That's not an easy shot, but he made it look easy, and it's a 9-point game.
Looks like Ruston's going to live and die by the three.
And the Braves do enough to make it difficult on them, to make them die by the three. Coleman to Green. Green throws it long. Home run pass to Ruffin on the right side, and now it's stolen away. Here come the Bearcats in transition. Anding at the rim, tried to flush it down, and he got fouled. Anding had intentions of posterizing someone there, but it was a foul, and a good job by the Braves breaking that up, making him have to make a couple shots at the line. This Ruston team is really athletic. They're good. The Braves are good as well, but Ruston's got some dudes. You can see why they're ranked where they are.
Yeah, they had an advantage. Anding was going up. He was going to try and slam it home.
He makes the free throw. And it's a 10-point game.
As a coach, you don't have a problem with it if you miss the dunk, but just make it 2 free throws.
Coach Bond is on the floor, giving some instruction to one of his guys. On the opposite side of the free throw line, Anding has one more. And he made them both, so it's an 11-point game. 5:05 and counting in the second quarter. The Braves trying to claw back. Mitchell. Getting it to Coleman. Coleman being defended by Parker. Coleman attacks the left side. Behind the back dribble now to the top of the key area.
We have some breaking news for you. I'm going to confirm it.
Shot is up and good by Miles. Can never tell if this is serious breaking news.
Oh, this is dead serious.
Okay. Anding across the timeline. Gets it to Hudson at the rim. My goodness. Ahmad Hudson, the 9th grader, throwing it down in traffic, and it's an 11-point game. My goodness. Mitchell, can the Braves answer? Green feeds it inside to Mitchell, and one. That's an answer. And it's a 9-point game. Brian Colley, what's your breaking news, brother?
That's a nice job by the Braves right there. They had the open three. They found Kadar Mitchell right under the basket. Good 3-point play. I'm going to confirm before.
Okay.
going to put anything out there.
Free throw is no good. Rebound back tap to Mosley, who lays it up and in. How about that? A 4-point possession after the slam, and now it's a 7-point game. Lillard. Oh, he got away with a walk. He didn't get away with the backcourt.
Good pressure from the Braves. Forced that backcourt call.
Coach Bond is behind his bench, pacing around, not happy. The Braves go from being down a dozen to now just being down 7. And Green trying to get more in and out on the 3. Parker coming the other way. In the middle of the second quarter, Lillard getting it to Andy. Now to Parker, attacks off the bounce. That's a tough floater, flat. Rebound goes to the Braves. They get it to Miles. Miles kicks it to Coleman. Coleman, long home run pass down the floor to Mitchell with the mid-range pull-up, strong. Rebound goes to Ruston. Lillard getting it to Parker. 3:20 to go. Neither team in any sort of foul trouble. We've barely had any fouls at all. Dimmer gets the defender up in the air. We'll lay it up. That's going to be an offensive foul. Miles will take the charge. Tell you what, Miles has made some hustle plays here for the Braves in the opening half. 3:09 to go in the second quarter. Bourgeois has trimmed a double-digit deficit down to 7 with the ball. Coleman on the right side, loses it out of bounds. He lost his balance and just kind of pushed it to Green, but he never had any control over the pass, and it goes out of bounds. Got a little perspiration on the floor. That allow us to thank Drop and Fix. Over 20 years of experience offering expert repair and excellent customer service on technology products. And also the Genigators Power System. Power your future, residential, commercial, marine generators, and services. 7-point game, 2:50 to go in the second quarter. Ruston across the timeline against the pressure. To Parker. Now Dimmer. Dimmer on the left side. They get it to the corner for a 3. Short. Rebound goes up and taps to the Braves. Good hustle that time on the glass. Here comes Coleman. And they throw it away. Man, that's just tough. Coleman was pitching it to the corner to Green, who was open and could have maybe pulled up. Green wasn't expecting the basketball. And it just kind of hit him in the shoulder, went out of bounds, and he's going to go take a breather. Jones is going to check into the game.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, a good point earlier. It seems like they're playing a little bit too fast.
Just need to settle in, slow down. Dimmer across the timeline, gets it to Anding. Anding penetrates, gets up in the air, finds a teammate who misses the layup. Rebound goes to Miles, and it's going to be a held ball, the arrow pointing to HL Bourgeois. Tell you what, unsung hero of the first half, Malik Miles is playing his butt off for the Braves. 2:13 to go in the opening half. Mosley to Coleman. Back to Mosley in the left wing, and it's kicked. It'll stay with the Braves.
Big 2 minutes here for the Braves. Got to keep this game close.
Ruston's going to get Hill into the game, and Dimmer will take a breather. Both teams play a lot of guys, a lot of depth. Mosley inside of 2 minutes. Reverse pass to Mitchell. It's intercepted. Here they come. Lillard in transition at the rim. That's a goaltend. The reason it was a goaltend, the guy who jumped up to try to block the shot went inside of the rim.
We'll have a full timeout.
Coach Kiowa will call a full timeout, so let's go ahead and take it with him. It's 27-18 Ruston late in the opening half. We'll be back in 1 minute on ESPN 123. 9-point game in the final stages of the second quarter. 1:45 to go in the half. Braves down 9, but have possession after the full timeout. Mosley at the top of the key to Coleman. Coleman has been hounded by this Ruston defense. Jones pitching it back to Mosley. Mosley into the lane, tries to feed it inside. It's stolen away by Lillard. Braves have been bitten by the turnover bug. They've got quite a few of them. There's a push shot good by Anding on the other end, and it's an 11-point game again.
And then look at the basket once he was in the air. He was looking to pass the ball. Pass wasn't open. He turned, looked at the goal once he was up in the air.
Coleman working on Lillard. Takes it to the corner to, I believe that's Mitchell. Yeah, it is Mitchell. He's trapped and stolen away by Lillard. Numbers for the Bearcats. Anding will lay it up and in. Man, the turnovers are biting HL Bourgeois hard right now.
Give credit to Lillard at the top of the defense for Ruston. He's causing a lot of turnovers at the top.
Yes, he is. Coach Bond is fired up. 35 seconds to go in the quarter. HL Bourgeois trying to get a bucket to take a little momentum. Coleman has it poked away, got it back. Attacks into the lane as it knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Braves. 25 seconds to go.
Lillard's so long at the top. And he got beat on penetration by Coleman the last time, but he recovered so quick and so long.
Coleman will inbound, baseline out of bounds. They get it to Green. Out of Kadar Mitchell. To the left side, Coleman, shot fake. That's his shot, open three. Got it, nothing but the bottom. So your senior leader makes a big shot when you need it the most. Now can you get a stop here with 10 seconds to go? You got many fouls to give. Anding on the bounce. Shoots it up, missed it, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half with our score. Ruston 31, HL Bourgeois start halftime. Just an 8-minute halftime. You don't see that often. So we were playing basketball in a blur.
From what I have, I believe Ruston's 3-point land is 8 of 21. I get 4.
Ruston will possess first. Parker will inbound. Gets it to Dimmer on the right side of the floor. Ending. And
On a foul.
oh, a foul on Coleman. They would have thrown it straight out of bounds, but the holding foul will be called on the post from Coleman. And that's something right when we talk about, they're not calling any fouls at all. An immediate foul starting third quarter. Parker to the middle. Hudson gets it to Anding on the left side, rather. Now top of the key, Parker into the lane. It's back to Hudson. Hudson bodied up to Anding at the rim. Good cut by Anding, and it's a 12-point game.
Yeah, Ruston is 4 of 14 in 3-point range.
Not quite as good as Nichols last night, but Mitchell, the top of the key, he steps into one. Got it. Kadar Mitchell has been hot again tonight. He is keeping the Braves in it. 9-point game. Here come the Bearcats. There's Dimmer kicking it to the left corner. Parker, reverse pass to Anding. Now Dimmer with a 3. Oh, how about an answer? Big shot from Ruston. It just feels like every time Bourgeois starts to get momentum, Ruston is right there to throw water on the fire. Ooh. Green with a 3. Short. Rebound goes to Ruston. I thought Green was out of bounds.
Yeah. Here
come the Bearcats. Anding. Long pass to Dimmer. Shot fake into the lane. Lays it up and in. And it is now a 14-point game, and the Braves better make a push.
If you don't close out on them, they're going to beat you off the dribble.
Coleman. At the top of the key, right side extended. Right in front of us, nearly stepped out of bounds. Gets it to the left side, Mosley. And Green throws it away. Here comes Ruston in transition at the rim. They lay it up and in. Parker, Coach Kaiowitz calling a timeout. This has been a not very good start to the third quarter for HL Bourgeois, who is now down 16. It's danger time for the Braves now.
Yeah, and look, guess what Ruston wants to do? Come out and play pressure defense, force you to turn the ball over. They're doing a good job of jumping and getting in passing lanes and leaving their man when the ball's in the air. They leave their man, and they go and make the steal. They push the ball in transition.
For the Braves, this is not where you want to be. You figure there's 14 minutes of basketball left in regulation, and you're down 16 points. You're going to have to start making a surge here. And really, man, you got to start limiting the turnovers. You got to start getting some shots up, because right now we don't have any stats that'll indicate this, but I mean, it feels like points off of turnovers is heavily weighted towards Ruston right now.
Yeah, it is. And it all starts with pressure up top. They're putting pressure on the guards up top. You seen that last possession, they had the basketball right in front of us. They almost stepped out close to midcourt. They're running their offense from far, and when they get closer to the basket, Ruston's weak side defense is just on point tonight.
Scoreboard update, by the way, we thank Dominic back in the studio for this. South Rouge Baseball has an early 3-0 lead over Terrebonne tonight. We'll try to get some other boys basketball scores for you, but a lot of the games start at 7, so really we're not going to be able to get many of those scores, but we're going to be close to done while they're even starting. Braves coming the other way. Mosley getting it to George. Now Green. Coleman, long triple. Short. Rebound goes to the Bearcats, and they got big numbers. Got them beat down the floor at the rim. Slam dunk by Hudson. That was a 4-on-2 break. The Braves didn't get back on defense, and Ruston made them pay. Braves now shoot a pull-up in the mid-range. It's a miss by Mosley. Here comes Ruston. And blocked away by Green. Here comes Bourgeois, and they overshoot the pass. It's another turnover.
Yeah, when Coach Caillouette looks at this film, he's not going to be too pleased with it. Unforced turnovers, really.
Yep, they're not protecting the basketball here tonight.
See a couple of Bourgeois players arguing with each other. It's not good.
Got to get it together, and you got to get it together quick. Down 18 in the second half. Dimmer using a screen, feeds it inside to the roll, and they miss the dunk. Scott, see if that could be the start of a momentum shift. How often do you see a team make a three or something after this? Coleman sacks off the bounce. Getting it to Mosley. Back to Coleman. Kadar Mitchell on the right side attacks baseline into the lane, shoots it up, and draws the foul. So Kadar will go shoot two with 4:38 to go in the third quarter.
That's a good job by Mitchell driving baseline, drawing the foul.
How many points does Kadar have tonight? I feel like he's playing really well again. 11 of their 24. Missed the free throw.
You got to make these free throws.
Yeah, this stage of the game, your margin for error is 0. And there you make that one. 17-point game. Dimmer. Walking it the other way. Across the timeline. To the left side of the floor. Up to the middle they go. It's Anding. Back to Dimmer. Back to Anding, top of the key. Ruston content to have a patient possession. Why not? They've got a 17-point lead. Out to the corner. 3-point try. No. Rebound goes to the Braves. That's Green getting it to Coleman. Back to Green across the timeline. They get it to the right corner and have it stripped away. Here comes Ruston. Numbers again. At the rim, they lay it up, draw the foul, and one Parker scores it. It's very simple. The Braves are turning it over. Ruston is turning those turnovers into points. Over and over and over again. One shot will be coming for Joran Parker.
Yeah, Ruston's a very unselfish team.
In transition, they make you pay.
It seems like when they cross the midcourt, they're looking for the dunk first.
And they make the free throw, which they've done well tonight, and they are now up by 20. So big adversity for the Braves. How do they respond? Coleman. Across the timeline. At the top of the key, splits the defenders, makes the floater. That's a good start. It's an 18-point game. He is so good at making the difficult shot look easy, and that was not an easy shot. Standing into the lane all the way through, my goodness. Ruston's penetration right now, their quickness causing some problems. It's a 20-point game.
Yeah, the Braves in a situation, you can't sit back in the zone here. You got to try and force the action.
Coleman is fouled right as he gets across the timeline. You know, one thing I'm noticing, we've talked a lot about how Ahmad Hudson, number 11, is a freshman, and he's 6'7". Aiden Anding is a special player. I don't see him on the senior banners over there either. So look out for Ruston over the next several years. Coleman to Kadar Mitchell. Attacks, loses it on the way up. And here come the Bearcats. But they will throw the outlet pass out of bounds. So it's a turnover after a turnover. HLB Bourgeois will get possession back.
Yeah, they're sending one back to their basket every time the ball's shot. They're looking for that fast break opportunity. That time they just overshot.
Coleman. Dancing with Lillard. And shoots a long one. Oh, that was deep. Missed it. Rebound goes out of bounds to Ruston. Tell you what, Lillard's not a starter for these guys, but boy, he's an impact player for these guys.
He's my MVP of the game.
Yeah, he is very, very gifted on the defensive end of the floor. Dimmer. Right side to Parker, back to Lillard. A attacks into the lane, blocked away by Green. Green's got it. Mitchell has him beat down the floor. At the rim, Kadar has it blocked away by the 6'7" Hudson, flying in. Here come the Cats.
Ball went in.
Oh, I thought it was blocked into the basket. My apologies. Braves got a stop on the other end. Here come the Braves at the rim, reverse. There we go. No doubt that one went in, and it's a 16-point game. My bad, y'all. Braves on a 4-0 run.
That's Green's first points of the game.
Timeout called by Coach Bond. Full timeout. Let's take it with him. HL Bourgeois making a push. I got to get my eyes checked. 1:56 to go in the third quarter. Ruston by 16. We'll be back in a minute on ESPN 100.3. Welcome back. Ruston has possession out of the timeout. They get it to the middle of the floor, stolen away by Miles. Braves in transition. Green at the rim, missed it. And a foul called, a frustration foul. And Green was trying to go up and throw one down, get his team going, jumped from a little too far away, missed the shot, and then the Braves commit the foul. Just been one of those nights, man. It feels like every time they're about to make a run, something just stops it. Barker. Cross midcourt. 1:28 to go in the third. Handing it to Anding. Anding on the right side. Penetrates on Mitchell. They feed it inside. Now out to Lillard at the rim. Shoots it up. Strong and out. Rebound goes to Anding. He kicks it to Dimmer for a three. No. Rebound goes to Miles. The Braves catch a break there. Can they turn it into a bucket? Coleman in transition to Mitchell. Mitchell with a step back three. Bang! And just like that, a 20-point deficit has been trimmed to 13. And the Braves get another stop. Dimmer has it nearly taken away. Now it is taken away. Mitchell. Lillard posted away from behind, fighting on the floor. And here comes Ruston by themselves, but they lose it in transition. Long outlet pass. Lillard knocks out. Lillard is unbelievable. His length is unbelievable. He is disrupting everything the Braves are trying to do. But I think he just injured himself.
And at that time, Coach Kaiwet's telling his guy, move to the basketball.
Yeah, go to the ball.
If you stay and wait for the ball, they're going to tip it most of the time.
Coleman penetrates, pull up mid-range, strong off the heel. Rebound goes to Hudson. Ruston does not have the arrow, but Coach Bond is saying, hey, let's hold for one shot. There's 20 seconds to go here. The Braves are down 20. They're now down 13, trying to fight back in it. Can they get one more stop to end the quarter? Parker working on Coleman. Tax using the screen into the lane, and it'll be a tie-up. HL Bourgeois will get the arrow with 3.6.
The last minute and a half of this quarter, Bourgeois played some pretty good defense.
They can make some shots. They could maybe make this thing interesting. We have seen some crazy things happen. They've got the score 47-32. I've got 47-34. I see the book is at the scorers table. See the score there. They got 47-32. Are we 100% sure that blocked layup that I thought was blocked went in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doubt me again.
Official timeout. We're going to discuss this because we have a discrepancy here. I think the score is 47-34, but the scoreboard here says 47-32. We had a game recently where we had an issue like this, didn't we?
I got 34.
And the scoreboard now also has 34. So whatever hiccup they had, they got it fixed.
Well, I think they looked at my sheet.
Fair enough. Braves have 3.3 to go and the full length of the court to go. Green will throw it up from half court at the buzzer, not close. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. With our score, Ruston 47, HL Bourgeois 34. We'll be back in 1 minute with the fourth quarter on ESPN 100.3. One quarter to go. Ryan, I think they just made a mistake here. There was just a jump ball at the end of the third quarter, and the Braves had the arrow. Well, they got the ball to start the fourth. You got to take advantage of it.
Watch the big cup right here.
Coleman near midcourt. Uses the screen. They get it to the corner. On top of the key, Mitchell into the lane. Lays it up and in, and it's an 11-point game. The Braves are slowly clawing back. Can they get close enough to make Ruston sweat? Anding. Across the timeline. Feeding it to the paint. The Braves double the paint. Parker with a three. Got it. Boy, that's just such a tough shot. Momentum breaking bucket. Coleman. Spinning through the traffic in the lane. And one. Basket and the foul. Chris Coleman. The Braves in the last few minutes are doing a better job, Brian, of not altering their shots in the traffic, and they've, as a result, drawn some fouls.
Yeah, Chris Coleman is a special player.
Yes, he is. And we're down to an 11-point game again. But with 17 to go, you can't trade buckets. You got to start getting stops and go score at the other end. And the Braves get a stop here. Anding to Scott, and is deflected. Look out. Coleman nearly ran us over. Deflected. Good hustle.
I took one step away.
I didn't move at all.
But you didn't see it.
Coleman and I get along well. You wouldn't run me over. I think he would run you over.
You just didn't see it.
Anding, the top of the key. Feeds it inside to Scott. Now back to Andy. That's a lot of space for a good shooter, and he makes him pay. Man. Ruston, as Coach Bond will call a 30-second timeout. You told me on the ride here and also in the pregame, said, man, these guys could shoot the hell out of the ball. Well, you weren't lying. Ruston could shoot the basketball, man.
They started off a little slow shooting the ball, but they're the best when inside out. And we preach that all the time. We used to preach it. You get the ball inside, and they do such a great job. They look to attack the rim. Bourgeois is doing a good job of stopping the penetration. So their guards are well coached because they jump stop, they pivot, they kick the ball back out to another guard who's wide open because Bourgeois is all collapsing on the ball as it gets to the paint. And they just find an open man, and they're doing a great job now of knocking the shots down.
6:45 to go, still plenty of time, but man, you got to get some stops. Coleman using the screen from Mitchell on the right side of the floor. Coleman goes to the floor, and he's out of bounds. So that's not going to help as a turnover. Now Ruston will come the other way, Anding on the right side to Parker. Kick it to the right corner, attack the baseline, get it out to Dimmer. Good ball movement from Ruston. They'll shoot a pull-up mid-range. Got it. That's Parker. Sharing the basketball, man. Giving up good shots to get great shots. Ruston's been doing that.
Making the extra pass.
Coleman. 6 minutes to go. The Braves are down 16. Coleman from the parking lot. Strong. Rebound goes to the big fella, Hudson. Hudson holding it high, gets it to his guard, Parker. They get it to the corner. That's Dimmer. And inside they go for an and one. How about the job of Hudson there, Coach? He got the rebound, was trapped, found the guard, then sprinted down the floor to get in position to go get the and one. That's an intangible, especially from a ninth grader that you can't teach.
Yeah, he runs the floor exceptionally well. And it doesn't hurt him when his guards can shoot the ball the way they do from the outside. They push the ball on the miss right here, got the ball on the corner of the baseline, and your man leaves and he's open. You leave the paint area and he's open.
Yeah, pick your poison. It's a 19-point game, Mitchell. The top of the key to Green. Coleman's open in the corner, strong. Rebound goes to Ruston. The Braves are trying to pull it away, and Ruston will throw it out of bounds off of HL Bourgeois. The Braves are running out of time. 5:29 to go. They're down 19, and it's a Ruston team that feels like they're scoring every possession right now.
Referee sending the sub back out. Shirt's not tucked in.
Second time today. They're going to have to practice tucking in their shirts if they get to the third round. Dimmer feeding it into the paint. Hudson. Mitchell will steal it away, but it's knocked out of bounds. We'll stay with Ruston.
That's a good job by Mitchell on defense for the Braves. Going up against a bigger post guy right there in Hudson.
Ruston attacks off the bounce, feeding it inside. The big fella flushes it down. My goodness. First off, an amazing pass from Anding, and then, man, Hudson's just a special talent. Mitchell on the left side, pull up, air ball. Rebound goes to Ruston. This one's starting to slip away from the Braves. Anding in transition. They've got numbers. Anding like a blur, lays it up and in. Bourgeois, long pass down the floor, knocked out of bounds. Good hustle by Scott. No, we got 4:47 to go, but it's starting to feel like the Bearcats are going to the quarterfinals here. They have separated in the fourth quarter. Coleman with a three. It's an air ball. Rebound goes to Green. Braves shoot when in traffic, blocked away. Now Ruston has possession again. Dimmer attacks off the bounce to the left corner for a three. No, rebound goes to Kadar Mitchell. Mitchell pushing it down the floor. And, oh, man, that pass was in the middle of Mosley and Jones, and neither one went to the ball. Scoreboard update, Vanderbilt 34, St. Michael 27 at the half. Boys basketball score. I want to thank my guy, Mr. Kennard, for that score. Anding across the timeline as it poked away from behind. Here come the Braves. Green at the rim, misses the flush. It's been that kind of night. And now at the other end, Ruston will not miss the flush. HL Bourgeois misses a dunk. Anding doesn't miss a dunk. It's a 25-point game now. Coleman into the lane, reverse, blocked away. got it back. Coleman into the lane, shoots a pull-up mid-range, got it. You know he ain't going to quit, but Coach Kiowa will call a timeout. Brian, 3:41 to go. It's not looking like the Braves' night here tonight in Ruston. And, boy, you got to give the Bearcats a lot of credit for that because, man, they, especially here in the last couple minutes, have played beautiful basketball.
Yeah, look, they just keep coming at you. And, again, their transition basketball is on point tonight. They're going to push the ball very unselfish when they get into transition play. And they just keep pressure on you. And you cannot let up for 1 minute. They're going to make you pay. Somewhere on that basketball court, they will make you pay.
Got the shooting, got the size, got the guys who can play above the rim. And got 3:41 to go before you might be in the Elite Eight. Anding will inbound. The Braves are amping up some pressure, trying to make one last stab at it.
Early score from Touchdown. Terrebonne up 5-2 early.
Love to hear that. Anding across the timeline to Parker. Parker at the top of the key, shoots a tough shot. Boy, early shot in the possession, but the rebound goes to the big fellow who draws the foul, and we'll go shoot two.
Thank Scott Goodrow for that update.
This will sound dumb. You'll make fun of me. I packed my box of s'mores in honor of Brandon and the crew.
Nope, hey, if it works.
When you're 7-1 with it, yes. Free throw's no good. Their only loss was to Newman, and they don't follow the rules. So they're 7-0 in my book. One more shot for Ahmad Hudson. Missed them both. Rebound goes to the Braves. 3:20 to go. HL Bourgeois down 23. Coleman gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell into the lane, back out to Coleman, steps into three. No, rebound goes to Ruston, and they've got him beat down the floor. Showtime. Oh, a hard foul. Good hustle play getting back as Parker was trying to put a little icing on the cake, but a good hustle play from Jones saying, nope, ain't happening tonight. Wasn't a malicious play, just breaking up the transition opportunity.
Nothing wrong with that. You're right. He's just going for the block.
2 free throws coming. Shot is up and good, and it's now 65-41. The winner of this game meets the winner between Zachary and East St. John. A lot of folks would assume that Zachary would win that, but don't count out East St. John. They're really, really good too now. Braves pushing in transition. That's a goaltend. Come on. Braves didn't get the call. Coach Kiowa is furious. It's probably not going to affect the final outcome if that ball was on its way down. That was a pretty easy one there. On the miss by Jones. Did I see that wrong? I thought that ball was on the way down.
Yeah, scoreboard update. That Denham Springs 8, Terrebonne 5.
There we go. Jones on the right side attacks with a teardrop. No, rebound goes to the big fella Hudson. Hudson holding it high, pushing it in transition to Scott. Scott at the rim, lays it up. No, rebound goes to the Braves. Not sure why Ruston is in such a rush with the big lead. Jones gets it to Mitchell, who's fouled. So now the age-old question, and we talk about this often, is okay, you got Coleman and you got a couple of seniors. Do you let them finish their career out there on the floor? Do you get them one last ovation? How do you?
I would ask him.
Coach Bond is telling his audience as he pulls his stars, saying, hey, let's make some noise for our starters here.
He's still upset.
Coleman fires a three and banks it in. And a timeout called by Coach Caillouette. Turtle said, hey, if the team is winning, I want to walk to the bench. If we're losing, I want to go out, with my guys.
I always leave it up to the seniors. They tell me how you want to come off the court if the game presents itself in a situation.
Yeah. Coleman just made the three. 2:22 to go. Ruston leading by 22.
At least we have a short drive home.
Yeah. Yeah. We got the good news is we have an iPad charger and a couple of iPads. We could watch the Pelicans game. We got some options. Six pack of what?
See that?
Sutton will inbound the ball. Getting it to Stringfellow. Stringfellow just checked into the game.
Yeah, Ruston got their backup in.
Yep. Now they are running some clock. As you would expect, Lillard loses it. Here comes HL Bourgeois. Coleman in transition is fouled. Tell you what, I will say this. I don't know the names of the gentlemen. I wish I did, but I'd shout them out. These three dudes have done an excellent job.
Yes,
this Baton Rouge Association crew has done an outstanding job tonight. Hopefully we could see some of these at the top 28 as we have a foul away from the ball. Stringfellow fouls Coleman.
Yeah, let's just say, let us pick the officials for the top 28.
Oh. That might be trouble. Jones at the top of the key, feeding it inside to George. George backs down. And no good, but it'll be out of bounds off of Ruston with 1:49 to go. HL Bourgeois is not going to win this game, but it doesn't take away from the fact that they have had an awesome season. You win the district championship, you win a playoff game. We've got a lot of pieces coming back, including that fellow Kadar Mitchell who just got the basketball, but it's kicked. You're going to have to replace the scoring of Coleman, no doubt, but you do have a lot of weapons returning. And again, it's knocked out of bounds. Miles throws it up to Jones. Jones is just a ninth grader. He'll be back. He attacks the lane, shoots it up. No. Rebound goes to George. George shoots the mid-range. No. Rebound goes to Ruston. Braves are pulling at it, and it'll be a foul called on HL Bourgeois before the ball was thrown off of George. And as for Ruston, don't be surprised if this team wins the last game of the season. Coach Caio had said, hey, we think they're seeded poorly. We think they're better than number 8. To me, they have shown that tonight. They look very, very gifted. And they look like a team that has a chance to maybe do some special things. That one's knocked out of bounds by HL Bourgeois. 1:26 to go. Have number 15 in there. That's Hill. Step back three on the right side by number 5, Malcolm. Well, they grow shooters on trees over here, man. Guy off the bench making a step back. Coleman, long one, missed it. Rebound goes to Miles. Miles get it to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Miles in the right corner. Back to Mitchell inside of a minute to go. With Ruston in control. Mitchell at the rim shoots it up. And no. Rebound goes the tie up. The arrow points to the Bearcats. So Coach Ryan Bond and his team are going to go to the quarterfinals where they will likely be on the road. But you never know. If St. John gets the upset, they might be right back here.
Scoreboard update. Tied up. Terrebonne, Denham Springs at 11. End of the first quarter. Thanks. Go Trout.
The Braves got a steal here. Might be the last possession for them. Boy, it would be a fitting end if Coleman could put one in. He attacks, lays it up. No. Rebound tapped up. No. And the Bearcats have it. Well, they're continuing to push. Got numbers. They'll get it inside to Stringfellow, and now he'll pull it out. To Sutton. Working it to the corner. Three-point try. No good by Hill. They get the rebound, shoot it up and in.
By Hill. Oh, 5.
Yeah, 5. That's Malcolm. Coach Bond telling his guys, hey, go back. They were still pressuring. Go back. Let them get it across. This will be the last possession of the season for the Braves, who are going to come on the road and drop the tough one. Coleman across the timeline is fouled. Coach Bond is furious because that'll put the Braves on the line. Not that it matters in terms of the grand scheme of things, but why would you be fouling right there is his message. Officials are telling the folks on the Ruston bench, hey, there's still 4.4 to go. You guys got to sit down. And a couple of free throws for Chris Coleman. I don't yet know his plans as he misses that one. I don't yet know his plans, but I know he's going to have a spot somewhere.
Yeah, he's a great high school basketball player. Deserves a shot on the next level.
He makes that one. It's fitting that his career ends with a made shot, and Ruston will dribble it out. Our final score, Ruston 71, HL Bourgeois 45. The Bearcats defend their home floor. The Braves played with them for about 2.5 quarters, but then Ruston pulled away, separated, and got a 26-point win. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's catch a 4-minute break. When we get back, Ryan and I will put a pin in this thing and wrap things up with Ruston getting the win and moving on to the next round. We'll be back in 4 minutes on ESPN 100.3.